Welcome to the latest news on the 24-hour football channel. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to not miss the latest football news. Today's football news will have the following main content: Fred Man UTD and Andros Townsend Everton reaction. Manchester United and Man City handed big Erling Haaland blow with latest transfer prediction. Bruno reaches Premier League half-century. Crunch time for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. And here are the details. Fred Man UTD and Andros Townsend Everton reaction. Owen Hargreaves slams Fred for his role in Everton's equaliser against Manchester United, insisting Sir Alex Ferguson would have dropped him, for a month, if he made the same error during his Old Trafford reign. Fred would have felt the full force of Sir Alex Ferguson's fury if the Scot had taken charge against Everton, and Owen Hargreaves believes the legendary boss would have dropped him as punishment. The Brazilian was barged off the ball by winger Demarai Gray in the 64th minute of Manchester United's 1-1 draw, setting off the counter-attack from which Andros Townsend slotted in the equaliser. Fred has been a persistent weak link in the United side throughout his time as a regular starter under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but they signed Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho and Raphael Varane this summer instead of a top-class midfielder. Sir Alex Ferguson would have been furious with the midfielder after his costly mistake. Ferguson ended his glorious champion. Hargreaves played under the Scot for 4 years, and knows the hairdryer would have been unleashed on Fred. Never ever, not in a million years, should that goal be allowed to happen, Hargreaves said on Premier League production. Next news. Manchester United and Man City handed big Erling Haaland blow with latest transfer prediction. In an enormous blow to the two Manchester clubs, Steve McManaman has predicted Borussia Dortmund sensation Erling Haaland's next club will be Real Madrid. The 21-year-old has carried on his startling goal-scoring form for Dortmund, having scored 11 in 8 appearances this season. At such a young age, there is no telling his potential and could wind up as one of the greatest goal scorers in the game's history. In light of this, Europe's biggest clubs have been hot on the tails of the 15-time Norway international, owing to his bargain release clause set to activate in next summer's transfer window. With a figure reported to be around the €75 million, £64.2 million mark, Haaland's signature will represent enormous value for the European giant that manages to secure his signature. Understandably, Manchester City and Manchester United have placed themselves at the frontition from Real Madrid, PSG and Liverpool. Bruno Fernandes reached another milestone when he assisted Anthony Martial as Manchester United drew with Everton on Saturday. The Portuguese Magnifico set up our number 9 for the opening goal in the 1-1 Premier League draw with the Toffees at Old Trafford. Our number 18 brilliantly controlled the ball 25 yards from goal before playing in Martial, who fired United ahead in the 43rd minute from inside the area. The strike that sent us ahead was his first Reds goal since our 9-0 win against Southampton back in February. Bruno's assist was his 50th direct goal contribution in the English top flight in just 58 appearances. Of those involvements, 30 have been goals and 20 were assists for his teammates. Only Andy Cole, 43, Eric Cantona, 54, and Alan Shearer, 54, have reached 50 combined goals and assists in a fewer amount of Premier League matches. So far this campaign, the attacking midfielder, who wore the captain's armband against his hat-trick for the club against Leeds United on the opening day of the Premier League campaign. He has also assisted on 3 occasions, with 2 of those coming in the UEFA Champions League, including the free kick for Alex Tells's volley against Villarreal. In total this term, Bruno has 7 direct goal contributions in 10 appearances. That's the joint most in the Red squad so far this season, along with Paul Pogba, who has 7 assists in the Premier League. Cristiano Ronaldo is closest to the midfield duo with his 5 goals in 5 matches. Crunch time for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer spoke of his players' hungry mindset, of their determination to improve, of his sureness that Manchester United had something going, and of his enduring belief in his coaching staff as well as his players. It felt a wearily familiar answer, the sort that these days, with this set of players, is more difficult to digest. Man UTD fixtures. Man UTD 1-1 Everton. Match report and highlights. Match stats. How the teams lined up. His team selection against Everton had divided opinion, And while there could be no doubting that the midweek win over Villarreal courtesy of Cristiano Ronaldo was draining, it was fair to think that Ronaldo, who has for a long time lived for moments rather than extensive exertions, could have gone again. It looked like he felt the same judging, but United had in fact made an urgent start, with Anthony Martial's opener the climax to a sweeping crossfield move. But the promise gave way to another disjointed display, and the focus is sharply back on their structure out of possession. Solskjaer said they dominated, but 71% of the ball still gave up 10 shots inside the box. United look as vulnerable to the counter as they have at set-piece situations, and a long-standing issue is plain to see in the most simple of stats. They have not kept a clean sheet in 18 games. The Manchester United boss did his best to strike an upbeat tone, but readily admitted that a big month awaits. There is little escaping the fact that his side face Liverpool, Tottenham, Manchester City, Chelsea and Arsenal before the end of November, with important assignments ahead in the Champions League too. Saturday's opponents, depleted yet individually revived and collectively coherent, were what United still are not. A unit seemingly sure of the game plan and able. Solskjaer appeared to welcome the break, adamant his side will return with energy and clear focus. But the time must turn into something tangible. As he signed off himself at his press conference, the proof is in the pudding. Kate Berliga.